Welcome to the show of the Coach Simmons Show. Today we have two guests, former NBA 13-year vet, Keyon Dooling. We also have Marcus Castro. He's former GM of the Gators. We have a lot of different topics to go over, gentlemen, so welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate you guys being here.
So, gentlemen, the first thing we want to get into is this whole NIL thing. Keyon, we've had a lot of conversations about the NIL when it came to basketball. You were heavily recruited by a lot of programs, and you ended up signing with Missouri. And Marcus, you were the GM at Florida. So there's a lot of things going on with the NIL, but one in particular that we want to discuss today is now schools are suing players for NIL money to get back their money. So what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Keyon.
I mean,
Marcus, go ahead, Marcus. Yeah, go ahead, Marcus.
I mean, it's funny. This is a conversation that I've had multiple times with a lot of people. I've dealt with this personally in the business that I'm in now. And the way that the contracts are written, technically you really can't. So essentially, they're just trying to get them to strong arm these young men and women, both sports, it happens all around, but they're trying to strong arm them to keep them there, right? Essentially, hey, holding that over their head as far as control is concerned. Once you get the right legal involved, they really have no case. The problem is that even though they have no case and you can take them to it and you can, fight them to the wire, it's hard for a player and a family because they don't want their reputation to get messed up with the NFL, right? NFL scouts talk to GMs, they talk to personnel people, they talk to the money people. Scouts talk to everybody, football, basketball, anywhere. So if you have a bad reputation with a school, they can easily give you a bad reputation because of X, Y, and Z that happened. So it's like the business piece of the NIL stuff is carrying over to the actual, player side and the evaluation side. So I think it's messed up. There's no players association right now in any sport. So there's no essentially power that the athletes have to advocate for themselves. And these schools trying to do this, it's another form of control. And the NCAA is already one entity that's controlled athletes for years. Not just controlled them, but taken advantage of them. But these schools, not all of them, but, I'm just going to say some schools, and you guys can pick who they are. And there's probably a lot of them, but they're doing the same thing. And they have been doing it for years too. So this whole suing players to get money back, if you have the right representation, you can definitely win a case every time. But do you want to ruin your reputation with the NFL? It's a tough thing.
KD.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a tough position for the players. Obviously, the power is in the institutions, and it's shifting a little bit, right? Now that we have this NIL era, there's opportunities out there for these guys, right? And if you have a collective bargaining agreement in place, man, that would be some infrastructure that will, really be a threat to the system. This college infrastructure has basically, exploited players for so long in their talents, right? And not allowed them to participate in the growth of the game, to participate in the money that's generated from the game, right? And so now players have power. We're here, right? They're standing up, but I think it's a slippery slope because if the NCAA and the coaches in the schools start, trying to exercise that power, now you're gonna, get the government involved. You're gonna get different things involved, and then you might ultimately hurt yourself even more because then you'll have to collective bargain, and that'll cost the schools a lot more.
Absolutely.
I mean, my biggest problem is this. Back to this again. If we was a regular person with a contract, why is it a big difference with the NIL? Are they adults? Let's get back to this. Are we adults? If those same players do a crime, do they go to jail?
Yes.
Do they have to pay taxes on their crime? Mm-hmm. Now, if we was in the NFL, NBA, thank God I played some professional football. Okay? You play NBA forever. You have a union, and you have what? Benefits. You have 401k. You got retirement. None of that's involved in college. They just see money. Oh, you get $1 million. Okay, well, I don't get no savings. I don't have disability. I don't mean that stuff. I don't have none of that stuff going on. Now, when I come as a freshman, I'm 17, 18 years old, and I stayed a whole 4 years in school. I had 4 years. A lot in the league was it 3.5, almost 3.5 years, 4 years. You get your pension. Maybe that should be an option. You're not giving these kids any options. When I leave, everybody's not going to NFL. Everybody's not going to NBA. Everybody go to MLS. Damn it. So you're trying to say the kids making money, but they're only making money for that year. The scholarship is for 1 year. That's the problem. How you gonna tell me what to do with my money? You only give me a 1 year scholarship. Now, if you made a scholarship for 4 years, you might say, hey, we're gonna demand this situation, and there's a pool of money for you for 4 years, and you go renegotiate. That's not what they're doing. So my issue is this: as a parent, been on that side, been on both sides. I was like you with Marcus coaching and stuff. You're trying to do what's best for the entity because you work for the entity. If you work for University of Florida or Miami or anywhere, Missouri, you're working for the entity to make sure we have our so-called collective money, right, to pay so many amount of people. But if a guy leaves, all right, the problem is like Mensa. Mensa left. I'm a wide receiver. I come to play for Mensa at Duke. He leave. Now I'm stuck with Nook Jenkins at quarterback. And now you're like, okay, now I didn't come here to play for, no disrespect to the other kid, and I'm not personal. I'm just using an example. I didn't come here for him. So now I'm stuck because he got more money. I'm leaving. Well, damn it, man. That don't have the NFL. NFL got you might have a 3-4 year. You already know, okay, Stafford got 1 more year of his contract. Hey, if I go there, I might have to be with somebody else. That's the problem with me. It's no multi-year contracts. And then they try to get a multi-year contract and say you left. Well, coaches leave all the time. Coaches get multi-year contracts, they still get re-signed. Or they leave. Coordinators leave. You know, like I said with my son, we went there for Lane Kiffin. Love the school. It was fine. But he left with what I'm doing. So that's a problem because college, you recruit. NFL, NBA, you play. Hey, I'm drafting you. You playing for me. You got no other choice. Let's go pull Eli Manning.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only issue I have with it.
It's just messy all across the board, and there has to get some structured. Keyon, you mentioned collective bargaining agreement, right? And I see this going to 2 major conferences and basically a league. I don't see any other way out of this and put the players on real contracts. I don't see another way of getting this to be clean and not messy. But this is going to continue to happen.
But back to what we said before. Why is that okay? It's only like 32 teams. Very similar to the NFL, 32 teams. Mm-hmm. You can't do that with 130 teams.
Right.
Because they don't have the same financial infrastructure. You can have the worst team in the NFL, they still got the same salary cap. You can handle that with the Big Ten and the SEC. They all can handle the same salary cap.
Right.
But I can't do that with North Texas. But I can't do that with Memphis.
No, and I think
FIU.
it's
that's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
I know you got a Power 4, right? But really, it's 2 conferences.
Mainly.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
And we talked about, the state conference, with Pac-12, the Pac-State conference.
Right.
Everybody's last name State. That was last one.
Hey, man, hold on, man. I'm a Pac-12. I grew up in the Pac-12.
I understand. It's 8 people with last name State. Yeah. I didn't make that up. That is ChatGPT. Check it. that's not,
if you like betting the over, bet the Pac-12 this year.
I'm telling you, your boys ain't
going to score a lot of points. Yeah, they're going to score a lot of points in that league.
4 inches, throw the bomb.
KD, Marcus, you guys have anything else to add to that?
I mean, it is going to a super conference. It's happening. Right?
It's happening. Yeah, I agree.
I give it 2.5 max, before it happens. It's the haves and the have-nots. And that's what it is. It's going to be the SEC, the Big Ten. You throw Miami in there, throw Florida State in there, throw Clemson. That's what's going to happen.
I don't got a problem with
it. Go ahead, Dad.
I don't have a problem because it's like when they had the Big Ten, had the Division I. Remember, they had the FCS, right? You had teams like North Dakota State. Remember, they were good, but they wasn't financially good enough to stay in the situation when they play. Who's over that way close to them? Washington.
Yeah.
Washington State don't have that type of info. They're a good football team. But that's what's kind of going to be like that to me. Them guys getting bowl games, but the bowl games trying to make sense to me. That's what
it's turning into. I mean, here's the other thing too. is it's not an NIL issue. Man, David, you and I talked about this numerous times. It's a portal issue, but the issue is that people making money look like us, right?
Right.
I don't want to get too deep into that because this could go left, but they look like us. And here's the other thing. Oh, how can you give them all this money? They're going to blow it. A lot of the guys, when I was at Florida, and a lot of these players actually learn how to manage their money the right way. And they actually act like professionals because the money's on the line. So the bad rap, I think NIL, as far as character is concerned and developing young men and women to be professionals and act accordingly in college is heightened, and they do a better job with it because there's something on the line, right? But just everyone has an issue is, oh, we can't pay them all this money. Coaches make a lot of money, right? Coaches have been making
way more money than the kids.
Way more money.
College the only sport where the coach make more money than the kids.
Right.
Yep.
That don't happen in the league at all. Not the coach.
But most coaches historically don't look like the athletes. It's changing, but it ain't there yet. But it's okay. It's okay. Let me hire a coach, pay him $50 million, and fire him, and have to pay him another $50 million. That's okay, though, right? What are we talking about? You know, I'm gonna get off that tangent because I can.
I have to agree with you. It's true.
And then the ones that do look a certain way, they find a way to say they violated, voided. They kind of void their contract.
Right.
They've been doing the same thing with their women now. That's something totally different. But I'm leave that alone. But and it's happening in the state of Michigan. I don't get it. I don't know what they doing in Michigan, boy. What type of one they got in Michigan to make you say, I'm gonna find that she for me? I'm not losing $50 million for that person. It ain't happening, bro. Nah, I be by myself. Be a lot of baby oil if I do that. You know when it's not gonna happen, big fella. $50 million? I'm gonna lose that to talk to her, to go out on a date with her. Oh hell no!
He lost his mind.
I be in my I curl up in the bed like Pookie and shaking. If I do that, that's a lot of damn money, man. $50 million, not 50,000.
50 million.
And 2 commas in that mug. I told LeBron James today, look at man. He's like, man, ain't no money in me. You a damn lie, LeBron. You know you damn well you ain't giving up $50 million. That's a lot of damn money, man. Oh, I ain't doing that. Not for that. I'm sorry.
I agree with you, Coach.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Katie, you have anything else to add to this as we move on to our next topic?
No, nothing much to add. I just think that, look, there's some holes in the system.
Sure.
There's an opportunity for them to really, be more inclusive and respectable of the players, right? They are the product. Just because they're young and they're considered amateur, it's really not amateur sports anymore, right? There's a lot of money being generated from the television deals, from the sponsorships, from the conferences, from, the playoffs, from, the marketing. Like, there's a lot of money in the system. And for too long, players didn't participate in that. So we need to change it and normalize it and find the right system that doesn't just allow players to, be mercenaries and transfer 4 or 5 times. However, you still want that flexibility because one man's trash is another man's treasure, and you can go somewhere else, right? Like Cam Ward did and play yourself into the number 1 pick. So you do want to have that fluidity as an athlete to be able to transfer, but you don't want to exploit the system so much where every year it's just you're looking for the higher guns. So I think there's an opportunity for them to make a better system. They just have to be more inclusive and more understanding of the player's position and the impact that the players have on the whole infrastructure.
Hey, last but not least, also, when I was coaching college, you got to recruit, okay? You talk to parents, you kiss babies, you go eat people food that don't taste good, you tell them it tastes good. You do all that stuff, Everybody cornbread ain't sweet, okay? It ain't like that, okay? It's what it is. But you're going, yes, man, it's good ass greens. Damn well you back of the gum and holding it real back there on the trip. But the problem is you're going to get that money, right, guys? Now then I am involved in it. Now, before... you want to go to school because I like the school, possibly. Hell, you just might like the gym. Like some people go, I was like, Duke, I want to go to Cameron Indoor Stadium. I want to play for them.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, I want to play the Orange Bowl back in the day. Or I'm from home. Florida, I want to be, swamps, whatever. The problem is those coaches and guys on the side, they are recruiting. So everything recruit, it's like somebody trying to swindle you. They don't come and say, hey, how you doing today? I can't wait to take all your money. They're going to tell you everything nice. They're going to dap you up, your mama, grandmama, everybody over there. They're going to tell everybody it's so sweet. Everything's sweet here until it's time that you signed that contract, whatever, or it could be the scholarship, and then those same people that you went there for, they got a new job, they're gone. Because they got family too, right? I got kids of my own. So if I have a situation, okay, well, I'm getting $500,000 to be a running back coach. They gave me a coordinator job for $1.2 million. You think I'm staying? Well, you promise you're going to play coach him. You're a damn lie. And then they tell the parent, what? I'm going to treat him like you my son. Stop lying. No damn well that boy get arrested, you ain't get him out of jail. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem, because the part of recruiting part of it with the money. Sure. That's the issue. Sure. You don't have that recruiting issue like that in the league, because you have your so-called agents and stuff to handle that type of stuff for you, or your financial advisors or whatever, to help you get out of jail.
Right.
That's the problem. That's the biggest, to me, the biggest issue when it comes to because the parents involved in the pros, parents not involved.
Got it.
That's the problem for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, we're going to move on to our next topic. So FSU hires Tom Herman as an assistant. I mean, the title's not assistant head coach, but it's basically it's what the title is. But the bigger question is this putting more pressure on Mike Norvell by making this move?
Pressure's already on.
Right.
It's do or die. I don't care who you hire, who you bring in. Pressure's on. Win or you out. And I know I worked with Mike for 5 years at Arizona State. I know him very well. He is a great coach, but just for some reason, they hit a slump and it hasn't gone well. But unfortunately, come on, man. This is Florida. You better win. If you're at Florida State, Miami, or Florida, you better win. That's the expectation. Absolutely. So I don't care who you hire, what you do. Bringing this guy in, Herman's going to do all this stuff for us. Great, create a buzz. At the end of the day, when the season starts, wins and losses,
So I'm a lifelong Florida State fan, diehard, and I just can't figure out for the life of me.
Hold that team.
Where the wheels fell off. And I know, after the playoff, them missing the playoff, and he hasn't been able to recover. I don't think psychologically from that. The program hasn't been able to recover psychologically from that. But then I ask myself, is this a deeper rooted issue? Because, that's 3 years removed now. And is this more of a product of Mike's system when it comes to recruiting? He was heavily focused on the portal and not recruiting kids out of high school. Where do you think the lapse happened with Florida State, Marcus?
All right, being in football so long, there's certain programs that just can't compete at certain times. So you got NIL, right? Florida State, from my understanding, and I can't give exclusive details here, but they were spending comparable to what like a Florida was spending. Miami was spending. Right. Okay. And we see the results of that.
And another
but if you're at a school like Florida State, you are sit there, you're in Tallahassee, you got Georgia right here. You got Bama right over here. You got Florida right here. And then you got Miami, who's spending a bunch of money. You're an ACC school surrounded by a bunch of SEC, I wouldn't say powerhouses, but historically strong programs.
Yeah, Auburn's even closer.
There you go. Auburn, too. So you're surrounded by blue blood SEC schools.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're spending out the door like Miami was, it's tough to compete. It just is. And then Florida built a new facility. Georgia already has a nice place. Bama had.
Well, Florida spent the money, but they spent it on their facility, stadium, football-only facility. They spent almost $200 million on that.
Yep. And Georgia's Georgia right now. Well, they're kind of going down, but you know what I mean? So it's extremely hard for Florida State after they got their butts kicked when the quarterback got hurt and they raised all the stink about going undefeated. You can't do that. They were a good team, but you can't compete with those other schools that you're recruiting against locally, right, or regionally. You just can't. And I think that's what happened, because I do think Mike Norvell is a good coach. He's great at relationships. I know I've seen him do that, but you just can't compete with Florida. Right now, you got to win or you got to spend a lot of money. That's the problem.
And this is the thing that pisses me off. And I know a lot of what you're talking about with Florida State and the boosters pulled back money. I'll say it. And I'm very well aware of what's going on. But this is what pisses me off about the booster program at Florida State. they'll pour in the money a couple years and they pull it back. Then they get their asses kicked for the next 5 to 7 years, 10 years. And then they're like, oh, you know what? We got to fire the coach. Then the new coach comes. They start spending again. We win. That's why Jimbo left. Jimbo left because they weren't going to spend the money. He wanted a football-only facility, and the administration told him no. And he was like, I'm gone. I'm going to go take my $75 million over at Texas A&M where they want to spend the money. I can't compete with this. And there's the same recurring pattern with Florida State. Miami got lucky that this whole NIL thing happened because you got guys that are committed to seeing that program come back. These billionaires are pouring money into that program, which I know personally. So yeah, it's the people that are willing, or the programs that are willing to write the checks, that are going to compete. Look at Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Mark Cuban seems like he's behind the scenes, writing these checks. So yeah, you need a billionaire. I said it last season. I go, you need to go recruit billionaires before you go recruit players. That's the way. Look at Texas Tech out of nowhere now. Texas Tech's a top 5 team in the country, right? Like top 10 program in the country because they got a billionaire, right?
I mean, back to this again. I'll say this again. It's going to hurt people's feelings. Most of these coaches cannot coach. They only can recruit. They can't make guys better.
Right.
They can't do it. They need this 4 and 5 star dude to win the game for them. All right? And they get an opportunity because their last name is certain things, and they've been around somebody's cousin, and that's how they get the job. So when you get a situation where you get a guy like Cincinnati who could coach, he's actually coaching the game. This is the problem. That's the only reason he's winning.
Well, and he's going to get 24-year-olds.
I agree to that to a point, but the fact of the matter is also what conference he's in. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You got one team to worry about.
Right.
Ohio State.
Well,
in the SEC, like 8 teams, 9 teams to worry about every week. But
don't get me started, David.
Yeah.
I don't talk about the Big Ten no more. Don't come play in the SEC.
Yeah. I mean, I get it all the time, and I understand. Like I say, even with Miami, I love them to death. I mean, I want to play football with versus Miami. Those coaches got me into coaching. Dolly Salinger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Randy Shannon. I say their names. Curtis Johnson. I'm saying Michael Barrow. Michael Irvin. I know them personally. It wasn't for, I would probably be in jail or something, bro. One for them. They taught me how to be a man. A lot, and when it comes to the football stuff. So I got nothing but love for Miami. But if you don't have, you was in the Big East. You were the best team in the country, but you didn't have to see that every week. So the conference wasn't good. Right. You was good. Right. You playing Rutgers.
Right.
You playing Temple.
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech was decent. It was a time Virginia Tech and Syracuse were the only team that was good. The rest of that was School of Blind.
Yeah.
And then go in there and they play, and then they played the bowl games where?
Yep.
In the Orange Bowl. It's a home game. Correct?
Yeah.
They won all the championships but one in the where? In the Orange Bowl. And that was the best team they ever had, Nebraska. They beat the hell out of Nebraska.
KD, I know you're a big college football fan. I know you.
Where I think Florida State has kind of missed the mark is like when you go to a Hurricanes game, you see all those former guys come back, right? They reintroduced them. They re-brought those guys back to the program, right? So they got that history. They got that culture. They got that space for those guys to come back and share their knowledge, their information, their passion that connects the fan base with that. Right. And then with that fan base, it's also that network that you have, right? Or that familiarity. And so it's like kind of they've done a great job of like bringing everybody back together. When I look at Florida State, man, like, this doesn't mean as much as it used to. Right. They're not marketing the way that UM is. They're not bringing back Peter Ward as much. They're not highlighting all their talent. There's opportunities where they can bring, alumni in for some of those jobs and some of those opportunities. And I think there's a disconnect, just with the history of the program and where they are now. And in this marketing days, like with all NIL, with people coming to Florida out of state, kind of getting our talent and us retaining talent in state, I think Florida State haven't kept up with the U. They haven't kept up with UF. And that's where they are right now.
Well, NIL helps to make the U 100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Because when we went to school, I'm 51 years old, it was no such thing. It was no YouTube.
Right.
It was no Facebook.
Right.
You saw the games on TV, ABC, you had local game. That one national game was a Michigan, Ohio State type game. You saw Florida, you saw Florida State, and you saw Florida. I mean, on my bad, versus Miami. That's the local teams you see. You'll see Steve Spurrier, Bobby Bowden,
Yeah.
or one of the coaches, Miami was the only one that rotated their coach, Erickson or whatever. Those are guys. But with those situations, the kids only wanted to go there. It was no FIU. Hell, I think the only thing was Division I was UCF. The UCF was 1-1, and they had the two African American schools, the HBCU schools, FAMU and Bethune-Cookman in Florida, that could play football for college. They even have a Division II school in Florida. So if you're a player, your whole mindset to play at the U from South Florida, or I want to be a Florida State guy. So now with so many damn schools, there's so much saturated talent. The kids don't look at it the same. I've been to Miami game. They had a hell of a team. I went to a Miami game one time, like 38,000 people at the game.
Yep.
And so it's kind of weird, man, because the NIL is making them have players that wouldn't naturally come. You know what I'm saying? That's just the fact.
I mean, listen, when you start winning, your former guys start coming back.
Yeah,
that's part of it. I think I've been around the Florida State program a long time, and I kind of understand the inner workings of that place. And again, I think it goes back to there needs to be somebody at the booster level that really takes the reins and starts, pouring the money into the program, or grab a couple of them. And I don't think they truly have that right now. They don't have a Moss family behind them like the University of Miami
Florida State
does.
Don't have any billionaires?
They got them, but they're not. I don't. They got the girl from Spanx.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't go talk to her.
Yeah.
Call her, do something.
Supposedly she wrote the check for Taggart. I don't know how true that is, but she called after the UM game. That's what I heard.
Did you write me a check? You want a check for Taggart? Didn't write one for me?
That's what I heard. But I don't know. I don't know how true that is.
I'll take a post-dated check. Just give me something. Put something on that. Put something on that. For real?
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I think, listen, to compete in today's, it's an arms race, and you need money for that arms race. If you don't have money, don't even show up. Don't even show up, because you're not going to compete. You're not going to compete. Last thing on college football, the top 10 got released the other day. Indiana is at the top, which I found a little weird, but it's still, the former national champion. But the one that stood out to me was University of Miami being number 7. What are your thoughts there, Marcus? And I know the rankings right now don't mean anything, but I was a little stunned to see them at number 7.
It don't matter. I think if you're in the top 10, gosh, I hate rankings.
You hate them?
If you're a coach, I could agree with Miami being number 7 or number 4 or number 2. Like Indiana, though, I don't know about that. Signetti. Now, I do have to give this to Signetti. If you really look at the landscape of what he's actually done as a coach, I know Nick Saban's the GOAT, okay, but Signetti might be the greatest coach of all time with what he's done.
Oof.
No, hold on. Listen, hear me out.
No, I kind of like the take. I like the take.
Like, think about this. We know what Saban did at Bama to get players.
Yeah.
I don't need to say it, okay? Yep. We know.
Yep.
He got out when NIL came in because we know. Great coach, great culture, all that. Signetti went to Indiana. Well, no, forget. He was at James Madison first.
Yeah, he was at JMU.
Did what he did there. Went to Indiana. Paid money, but wasn't just blowing everyone out the water like Texas Tech. He actually developed players and developed a team to win and coach.
Yep. Yeah, I just thought
that's an argument for my, that's an argument.
Coaching.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's coaching, man. Like all the guys in Indiana got one that good. How many guys got drafted from Indiana?
A few.
They had a couple, but nobody.
Yeah.
We
got some teams, man. Some teams got eight guys drafted. They can't win half a game, 5 games.
Right.
So you talk about the rankings. I would, like, personnel wise, from an evaluation perspective, I'd be like, come on, man, what are we doing? But because of the coach they have, I'm like,
just like Kirby, man. I watched Kirby Smart coach a game, and I saw him win a game by himself. How he just dealt with the referees.
Right.
I saw him deal with the referees so bad, they just start calling stuff that make no damn sense. I'm like, dude, what did he tell you? Like, did he gonna give you some money tomorrow or something? Like, dog, like, did you just call that? I mean, he worked. I seen Saban. They work him like.
Yeah.
I mean, damn man, like I think Miami should be ranked higher than that.
I think so too.
I think Miami should be like top 3.
I agree.
And the reason I say that because you think about the bottom, and I think about in the conference they're in. Who's going to beat them?
They should go undefeated. I think
who's going to beat them in the
the
ACC?
only hiccup they can have is at Notre Dame. I think they can lose that game, but other than that, I think
not a conference
in ACC
game.
they go undefeated. You don't think so? I think they get hicked up.
I'm just not a Notre Dame fan. I love the coach, and I like to see Miami win.
I'm just saying though, you think? I mean, they're going to Notre Dame. They're going, and it's going to be kind of cold, and it's going to be late, right?
It's in November, yeah.
It's November, man. It's probably about a night game. It might be 30 degrees, man. 20 degrees. You never know, bro. That might not work for them. And it's not a dome. They ain't playing Ohio State in a dome.
Yeah.
Whole different situation to play outside.
And they recruited really good.
Yeah. So like,
and CJ Carr to me is a real deal. I don't know what your thoughts are on CJ Carr.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah.
So going back to Miami, Darian Mensah, KD, what are your thoughts on him? And do you see him winning the Heisman?
I don't know about the Heisman, but I think he's an upgrade from Carson Beck. Just aesthetically, kind of what I've seen from him. I think he's a good fit. I think he's a little bit under the radar as well, so he's not like a mainstream name. But his value internally was extremely high, right? Because that's why he got that big deal. But I think the UM team is better this year than last year. I think on the interior, the defensive line, I think, it's going to be hard to replace Bain and Mesidor and those guys. But, I think we got some young Thundercats coming up. And I say we because I cheer for the youth. I'm a Fort Lauderdale native, so I say we because that's the crib. That's the home team. That's how I get down. Yeah, that's how I get down, Coach D. Don't hate on me about that.
Nah, I'm good.
Look, I think it's good that they're ranked 7th, right? You know what I mean? It keeps them hungry. It keeps us in a position where we're still the team that everybody loves to hate, right? So it'll get that hunger, and it also kind of minimizes the expectations that if they were ranked number 2 and things like that, well, now you're the hunted versus being the hunter. They can use that as motivation, they still sleeping on me. And I just think this team was going to be better this year. Fletcher will be better this year. Malachi is going to be better. The new additions will come in and they'll be better. I think Mensah has a great opportunity to play himself into the Heisman race and maybe into one of the top picks in the draft as well, depending on how he plays. But I'm also looking forward to some of that young talent who we might, have been sleeping on, who might not have gotten a lot of reps last year. I'm looking forward to them getting out on that field and showing them how we do it from the crib.
A kid to watch out for is Josh Moore. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. I think the country's going to find out about this kid.
Yeah. I mean, Miami, I don't see them not being in a semifinal. Unless some injuries happen, that's how football is. But I just think I like what they're doing. I mean, I guess all they want. I like the offensive line coach.
Maribel?
I like Maribel. I know, and you look at him like there's no way he coaches offensive line. Nah, every way he goes, you get it done. And I like the defensive coordinator. The most important person on Miami's staff is the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody
Corey
says,
Heatherman did a hell of a job.
He
turned that defense around. I mean, he had some
2 years ago.
Yeah.
What they had 2 years ago, but they're going to start running water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what they got this year, but he to me, you knew that you get 20 points, you can win the game.
Right.
You just knew it. Okay. The year before, man, you need to throw about 50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at on that. But I like to see Miami play well. I think Miami, we need them 3 schools and major schools in Florida to play well. It's good for the whole national.
Absolutely.
We need Florida State, Miami, and Florida to be good.
Yeah.
I like to see them play each other every year. I wish they could play every year.
Me too.
I think it's just something, a state championship game matters to me. It's just good football, man. It's good weather. It's good football. It's all on grass, no turf. It's just good football, man.
I agree.
I just, in my opinion, maybe I'm being a little biased coming from Florida, but
yeah, so
I think they got it. I love to see them play all the time.
I think we have a $15 billion surplus in the state of Florida. I think we grabbed $100 million and split it between all the schools, $150 million, and just put it in a pool and let them go into the NIL and get good.
It's worth it, man. It just. Yeah.
So last question I have, Marcus, on this University of Miami situation or team. Mario Cristobal got a lot of heat for the last 2 losses, or the 2 losses last season, and he picked it up in the playoff, and he finished strong, and he was a couple plays away from winning the national championship. Do you think the pressure's off of him because he got in that game, or do you still think that he needs to win a national championship to really get that pressure on him and cement him as a guy that's going to, really get the program over the hump?
That's a good question. I think there's two things. As a coach, so if I'm a coach on his staff, I think the pressure is definitely on him to win a national championship because of what they have there right now. That should be an expectation. They have the talent, they have the coaches and the system to win a national championship. So if you know football and you have to put the pressure on someone and you're a booster that knows football, yeah, the pressure's on Cristobal to win a national championship. And Miami fans might give a little bit of grace, but the people that are diehard is like, this is Miami. You showed us what you can do, which you can. It's time to win. And I think Miami, just like David was just saying, they will be in the playoff. They just can't lose again. I mean, it's like the expectation if you're a Laker fan, right? We got LeBron now. We should win an NBA championship. That's how I think the pressure is on him. Will they fire him? No. They'll give him a couple chances. But football people, if they don't win in the next 3 years, it's pressure.
It's pressure, right? Katie, what are your thoughts on that? You mentioned LeBron and the Lakers. That's going to be our next subject, but close it out here with your take on Mario.
I definitely think it's pressure to win. I don't know if it has to be right now, but I think one of the biggest things that Cristobal can do, like if he wins the national championship, one, he cements himself with some of the greatest coaches of all time, right? He did it in his hometown after being a South Florida guy. But also I think it'll allow him to evolve as a coach where he can unlock and give his assistant coaches more freedom to grow and develop so he can be like that guy who has disciples across the country coaching their own programs. And I think right now it holds him back a little bit because he hasn't kind of got through that threshold. So it's like he micromanages everything. He's not unlocking his guys and giving them enough opportunities to put their systems in, right? And be the best version of themselves and cultivate them to go out and be disciples of him and keep championing that message. So I think if he wins that championship, man, now he can kind of take a step back, so to speak, and unlock those guys because I think they have some superstar coaches on that roster. I really do.
Some guys on that staff.
All right, man. I've been knowing Mario for long. He was at FIU. He was at Miami, going back, a player. He's all UM. I think he's one of the coaches that's left, I think, in the country that really would not take a job if he got. I don't see Mario going to the NFL. That's my opinion. I could be wrong.
I have to agree with you.
I don't see him, trying to find another job. You know what I mean? So that's kind of good too from a president situation, administration. Hey, listen.
You got a guy that's committed.
Listen, you can agree to disagree on his technique and how he do stuff. He's getting it done. You know what I'm saying? I just think people keep forgetting how hard it is to win a national championship. It's 130 teams. So when you win a national championship, okay. How many Miami got? Five. How long have they been playing football? Over 100 years?
No.
About 100 years, right?
1930s.
Close?
Yeah, they're close.
Let's say 90 years. Okay, so you got 5 out of 90 years. It's not easy to win a national championship. Everything I go right. Indiana, when everything went right. They got a transfer quarterback in. They got no major injuries. Okay? Ole Miss got to the semifinal. Got in, no major injuries. That's football. Basketball, same way. You can't have the best point guard in the country and he tears ACL. You're talking about, damn, why we lost 5 games in a row? Well, we ain't the same team. Then also with the bowl game situation, how these coaches get new jobs to the bowl game because it's stupid how they got it. Now, I'm an offensive coordinator. I got an opportunity to get a job at Minnesota, hypothetically. I'm using as a name. Now, you want me to be a coordinator for you while I'm still trying to build my team. Mm-hmm. Now I'm double dipping. And you don't know why we losing the playoffs. Look at the guys that Miami faced last year in the playoffs. All them guys were double dipping. The head coach of USF was the coordinator for Ohio State. Mm-hmm. My LSU got all the coaches from offensive coaches from Ole Miss. The guy from what the guy named Texas A&M lost the coordinator too, right? So like it's how the system is. And with Mario, you have a tendency to know that I don't see him. Hey, I'm gonna get a job right now. I'm gonna bang it. Not on Miami. We saw he left. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. I think that's helpful for recruiting. Hey, he know he ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to LSU, I love Kiffin. He never did nothing to me. But shit. Man, let somebody offer Kiffin, hey, man, he gonna be $97 million a year. Hey, dog, bruh. Hey, man, I wish y'all bingo bears. Hey, bro, I love it. But listen, I'm going over here and do what's best for my family.
Yeah, God let me hear.
Yeah, God let me hear, man. God's a good God. He always on time. Always on time. And so that's all I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of coaches in and out. Even Setnetti.
Right.
Let's be real. Like, if Setnetti win a championship again, he ain't in Indiana no more. He don't get the biggest contract in the world in the NFL.
You think he leaves? I don't know.
Hell
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't turn down no $40 million a year type stuff as a coach.
And you don't have to recruit no more. You go to the NFL.
Everybody want to hey, listen, man, you got to get me go through the process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look what's going with Bill in North Carolina. It's different type of mindsets to go deal with that. So that's is what it is.
All right. So let's move on to our next topic. LeBron free agency. There's a lot of reporting, but nobody really knows where he's going. KD, where do you think LeBron ends up? And is LeBron being LeBron here and being over dramatic with this whole process?
You know what? I think it's a combination of both. Is he being over dramatic? No, not necessarily. I think he's enjoying free agency. He's kind of weighing everything out. I think there's some opportunities that he might have off the court that will, factor in his decision, right? As far as like if this is going to be his last season, how are they going to, document that, right? Is there going to be like some type of documentary that goes along with that, right? Because that'll play factors in to what organization you choose. I don't know if some will be as receptive as others. So back to your original question, where does he end up? I think he goes to either Cleveland or Miami. I think those are two teams he played for. I know that, it didn't end well in Miami, so to speak, with the cookie incident and those things. But I think him and, Pat have kind of reconciled. I think the league has changed. I think the Heat have, as a culture, have evolved a little bit. And I think he can help that team. And then that would be local, so we'll get the benefit from that. I think that'll be exciting for us. But where I think he can get his most flowers is in Cleveland. I think they would really appreciate him. I think they will value him. I think they will give him that much needed validation that I think sometimes he's earned but doesn't necessarily get everywhere. And so I think, like, from that standpoint, that would be nice to see him there as well.
Right. Marcus, you have any thoughts where LeBron ends up?
I'm a Laker fan. So
Really?
So you happy he's gone? Are you happy he's gone? Or?
Nah, man. I mean, LeBron's one of my favorite players. Kobe's my greatest of all time. But because I'm a Laker.
Right.
He want to hug. He want to hug.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, I don't know too much about the free agency on the basketball side. Like, I hear the news and I listen to it and I follow it, but I mean, I don't know. I want him to stay in LA, but at the same time, as personally, as a player, as just an athlete, sometimes when you get to that age, man, you just want to be home with your people. So Cleveland might not be a bad option,
Right.
I mean, first, let's get one thing straight. He did Lakers a favor. He could have demanded the money, put him in a cap situation.
Right. Put him in a bad spot.
Now, or he said, I'm going to demand the money and tell him, and being real bad, he could demand the money and say, look, I'm going to get my money and trade me somewhere. And nobody going to want to trade for him because the money's so high. So at least he told him, hey, listen, you got opportunity to get some other people. Now, the people they got, I don't know about all that. I'm going to leave that alone. But I don't know who's going to go watch them play. One guy I want to see play. The rest of them, who the hell Lakers got? Luka, right?
You went with 3 white boys?
What? Hey, listen. We black people, okay? Listen. We play tonk. White boys play gin. They out there playing gin at a basketball court. You know what I'm saying? Or we play Uno. Yeah, what y'all play, man?
Yeah.
Like that. Man, what card I'm gonna get? I ain't getting no jersey unless it's Luka jersey for them people. What a jersey I'm gonna pick?
Austin Reeves. I can see you in an Austin Reeves jersey.
A damn lie. Hey, listen, I think you can play. Listen, my mama slapped the hell out of me by wearing Austin Reeves jersey.
KD, I got 2 questions for you, sir.
Talk to me.
First question, do you think LeBron is waiting to see if a team makes a move like Miami to see if they can pull off a Kyrie Irving, or if the Cavs can move James Harden? And do you think he would want to play with James Harden? Because I've heard multiple things about that.
Yeah, so is he waiting on another team to make a move? No, I think the whole league is waiting on him to make his move. And I think that's just the reality of it. What is his market, right? I'm sure there's some smaller market teams that would, overpay to have LeBron, right? But that's not necessarily, what he's looking for, in my opinion. Now, if I was him, I would try and max out. I would try and get as much money as you can.
You can stay.
At the end of the day,
in LA, right?
I think. What's that?
You get a maxed out in LA then. That's the most good money could have got in LA.
Well, not necessarily. I don't think LA valued him as much. I don't think that the city ever truly embraced him. The way that they did Kobe and the way that they did Magic Johnson and those guys. It was just some type of a disconnect. Even though he played damn good ball out there, it was some kind of disconnect between him and the city. Even with the championship, it was the lockout year, so they didn't get a parade and those kind of things. It was during the pandemic. Yeah. So not lockout, excuse me, the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And so I just don't think they had that love affair with LeBron, right? And so that's why I say Cleveland is a premier destination for him, because that city loves him. At the end of the day, like, he's from Akron. He brought them a championship. I think that's the place where he will feel most comfortable and most appreciated, whether they have James Harden, whether they have whoever they have on that roster.
We would embrace him back here. Come on.
Yeah, they'll brace him Miami.
We would in Florida. What? Yeah, I was talking about L.A. Oh. We would definitely open them with welcome him with open arms.
Maybe come back.
Come on back.
Yeah,
come on back to us. I would love that.
I talk a little bit about him, but I'll take him back.
I mean, a good thing about if LeBron come back, you get finally see the Heat on real games on ABC for a change.
Right.
Tyler watching them over on Sunshine Network. This is bug.
There has been some talk about Miami making the most sense because defensively Miami would take a lot of the burden off of LeBron. What are your thoughts there, KD?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's Giannis on that team now. They got a big lineup. I still think they're a couple pieces away from being competitive. Obviously, if they got him, like, he can play the point guard position. He can play more of a facilitating role. And then you would have to kind of pair him with some shooting or smaller guard that can actually guard the point guard position, because you don't want him on the defensive end to have to chase point guards. I mean, look, LeBron is a Swiss Army knife, man. He can play a lot of different roles. I think the biggest takeaway for me for this year is that, like, the Lakers told him, hey, we want you to be the third option. And he accepted that. It might have been a hard pill to swallow. He adjusted his game, and he thrived in it. He led the league in transition baskets. He still was 21, 7, and 6, at 41 years old. Showed some durability. When those guys went down, led them to the 2 seed in the West. They were the 2 or the 3, the second or the third seed in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, he still has a lot in the tank. It's still LeBron James. Even though he's getting a little bit up there in age, man, he really takes care of his body. He still is passionate about the game. He's a champion for the game. He respects the game. He plays the game unselfishly, and he gets to decide kind of how he wants this victory lap to look for him.
I completely agree.
I agree with him.
All right, so we have a segment. We're going to end it here, but we have a segment called Nook Nook of the Week. And the Nook Nook of the Week, we chose him, and it's Tyler Hero getting punched by Bam Adebayo. And what you fellas' thoughts on Tyler picking a fight with Bam, because I don't think that was a good decision.
Yeah, Marcus, you want to go on that one first, or you want me to take a chance?
take one, and I'll follow up.
Okay, yeah. Look. So I grew up in an era, where there was guys like Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley and Latrell Sprewell and Jerry Stackhouse and Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
And you had to be very careful what came out of your mouth. There was a lot of accountability, instant accountability back in those days. Now, do I like it? Yes and no, right? Yeah, I like a little confrontation from time to time. I like for it to be in-house, right? I don't want everybody to know about it. I still know where a lot of the bodies are buried from the fights and the altercations that I got a chance to witness, right? You know what I mean?
I
But
wish
that's
one
folk
day you
legend.
released
That's
your
for,
memoirs, brother, because some of the
hey,
stories
look,
you got, gold.
some stories need to be told, not sold.
Right.
You know what I mean? Word of mouth, word of mouth. But yeah, man, I mean, look, those guys played together for 7 seasons, look, at the end of the day, it's a macho sport. Tyler got caught with his hand in the cookie jar selling wolf tickets, and his mouth wrote a check that his ass couldn't cash.
That shit came from
And
Barnett.
Bam saw him, confronted him.
I heard that. Post-dated
He
check.
probably didn't like his reaction. Like if Tyler would have, maybe reacted in a more humble way, maybe Bam would have spared him. But whatever it was during the confrontation, he didn't diffuse the situation. So Bam had to, he had to set it off in that mug.
I mean, he could. Why he just think like send him a text message with the bullshit? When I see you in the spit is on sight. Like, you said in front of this man's face.
Hey, look, when that burner text got out of there, he probably knew he should have just probably hit him with the text, like, yo, Bam, like, you know what I mean? I was tripping. It's summertime. I was in a vibe. You know what I mean? I ain't mean no disrespect about it. Sorry about that, champ. Try and get out ahead of it.
My girl tripping. She mad at me.
I'm surprised, though. I'm surprised Bam punched him, though. That's not Bam's character. It must have really pissed him off.
No. See,
Well, I don't know. He don't seem like that.
Why?
No, listen, you can see, Andy, I can size people up.
Right.
Like Bam, you can look in his eyes, you can know his story and his
He got that
history.
we wish look.
Okay.
He wish him up good.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? He ain't gonna start it, but he gonna finish it. That's for damn sure.
I got a little.
He's got that smile. He's nice to everybody. Hugs everybody.
He crossed him.
Crossing somebody. A former teammate.
Man, score 87 points. Oh man,
Marcus, come on. What are your thoughts?
I mean, like you said, everybody got to catch fade at some point. You know what I mean? And the thing is like back then, there was no cell phones. I mean, shoot, I can't even think about how many fights I gotten with teammates in the locker room every day. I mean, dudes was getting faded, like hit left and right. It's just what it, and then we make up and we call it a day, and But
I'd rather that now. These dudes, I miss it. I miss it, Marcus, because when we did that, ain't nobody going home, and these kids shooting now.
Right.
Cause they cool. But
I
can't say what I want to say.
Nobody's talking about it, telling nobody. It's a man.
Nah, they soft. Y'all know the word I want to say. Start with a P. But they soft.
That's with a Y?
And with a Y. And so what happened? They soft. Listen, like most of it, this Coach Simmons Show, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I don't know what I was thinking. It's a defensive tackle during the spring football league. And our head coach was Jim Jensen. He said, Dave, go get everybody stuff. I was the captain of the team, but I had to do something. I don't know what, bro. He was in a bad mood. I ain't never did nothing to him. He swole up. I said, hey, man, coach said, get the stuff, man. He's like, I ain't give you nothing. I said, damn, dog, you tripping, man. Get the man stuff, man. Man, swole up, man. He stood up. He like the dude from the Green Mile, bro. hey, coach. We the Orange Bowl, coach. I say, what you say, you want a piece of me? Hell no! Hey, coach, that's it, coach. Hey, I don't get paid for this, man, coach. I'm a player. Like, dog, hey, listen, bro. You hungry, dog? I can fight. I can't fight him. Dog, I can fight by my size. He's every bit about 320. He ran about a 4'8". And, dog, he had most of it. And like, hey. I was like, you want to use my car or something, dog?
You got to know.
Dog, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, at first I was like, that mother stood up. I was like, damn, this motherfucker. See why you on the team, bro? Like, you just got to say what it is. Like, you got to back down, dog. I ain't fighting no Tyson.
Yeah, straight like that.
If I'm Tyler Hero, I'm not fighting Bam. I'm not going to provoke from Bam. I'm just not going to counter from Bam. I'm just going to.
You might.
But Tyler's confident, though, man.
I'm going to make a better decision.
You might try Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
Hey,
a better.
players know each other too. They know who to test and not to test. So
Right.
he
They
definitely
tell you when you first
shouldn't
get
have
there.
been
You know that's
testing him.
you know that's that Lucretia son. That Lucretia son. Now you know he got problems. You know, got to take that pill every day at noon. Don't take that pill. That bitch gonna make forget all the plays. But you're like, what the guy? You ain't take your pill, did you? Well, let me go get that. And he played ball. Rest of practice good. Okay, look around. Okay, have a 12 o'clock game. Know why that bitch played bad? He take that pill on time. You went out of there.
Oh man, Coach, you're a trip. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you guys coming on.
My pleasure.
Laughing
My pleasure.
a lot. And thank you for the insight, man. Just incredible insight on
Yes,
all
sir,
the subjects.
man.
Yep.
I appreciate you guys coming out here, man, and give people knowledge about how NIL works. And we have fun on this show, but it's all in love, man, and respect for all the different schools and all the different coaches and high school kids and stuff like that. And like we said, we're trying to keep respect on it, and understand that you don't know everything.
Right.
I don't know everything. These coaches don't know everything. Only God know everything. And so sometimes you got to ask them questions to figure out what we're doing. And understand, like, I pray for everybody to be healthy in the season. The off season's coming up for football, basketball guys are doing the the summer camp stuff, summer league stuff, and then hope be safe and hope we could have a good season.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, thank you again. Catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks, guys.
All right, fellas. Blessings.